Hello, 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 and welcome to our weekly live show. I am Fabiana Claure, pianist and business strategist for musicians, and the founder and CEO of the Musicians Profit Umbrella, a global business mentorship program that helps musicians learn how to build, grow, and scale their businesses into the online space so they can create aligned businesses that allow them to have complete unlimited freedom in their time, freedom in their financial potential, and most importantly, an opportunity to build a business where they are connecting with their artistry and creating something extraordinary and unique make in their business. And sometimes that really it completely stops their progress. Uh, it stops their potential of making decisions because they are feeling reliant on external support. And so today's training is I wanted to come and talk about what do you do when you don't have that external support and that backing that is there to help you grow when you're feeling maybe lonely, when you're feeling isolated, when you're feeling in a way lost because you don't have the buy-in from people around you and you don't have necessarily the clarity around how to get people to rally around you in your business and in the things you're building. How do you manage continuing to go through this process of building your business when you don't have that external support? Let me know in your comments. If you're watching me live, say hello. I want to see you. Share with me where you're watching me. And how do you feel about this topic? Does it resonate with you? Do you find that sometimes you want to make decisions in your business uh, and you just don't have that support around you? Maybe people don't get it. People don't understand what you're trying to do. People can't relate to your vision, and they question it. They question you. They create doubt. They instill their perspective from a place of hesitation, of skepticism, perhaps, or even from a place of concern. And they bring you down. They're telling you, why do you think you can do this? How do you know this is going to work? Why are you even trying to do this? Why aren't you just following the path and just doing what most musicians do? Why are you trying to step out of your comfort zone and create something different? Why can't you just be happy with what you have? Whatever those comments may look like, let me know, how do you manage that? What do you feel helps you learn how to create a protective barrier between those questions, between that environment that may be pulling you back, that may be pulling you down? And inadvertently, even though they may have the best intentions, they're weakening your flow. They're slowing down your progress because they're creating all this energy of stagnation and hesitation and doubt and delay and questioning, right? So, what to do when you don't have support in your music business? Well, the first thing you need to do when you are in this situation, if you have happened to be in this situation, you want to make decisions in your business, you want to take steps, you want to make changes perhaps, and you just don't have enough buy-in around you, or worse, people are doubting that and saying, what are you thinking? You're crazy. You can't do this. Like, why would you do this? It's so important that number one, you understand that there is a matter of perspective involved in people's opinions. There is always going to be an element of backstory, of experiences, of past impressions that are going to inform people's perspective, whether it's yours or those around you. And most people tend to create perspectives based on what they've experienced in the past. Would you agree? Yeah. Most of the people are making decisions in their life and creating perspectives, creating opinions based on what has happened in their life. And if they have had negative experiences, or they haven't been able to get results in the past, or they've been in other maybe journeys of their own where they were not successful, those past lessons or experiences or failures, quote unquote, which I don't believe in failures. I think everything is a learning opportunity and there's always something that you can learn from it. But anyway, let's call them failures, quote unquote. if people have lots of those experiences, then they are obviously going to inadvertently have a tainted perspective around what's possible and around the future. But if you that one of the things that I care most about and that I emphasize are the key in you being able to succeed in your music business is figuring out that vision and making decisions out of that instead of out of the past or out of other people's opinions. Being able to anchor, what does your life need to look like? How do you want your business to become? What are the things that you want to experience, to feel, to have, to be in your business? And how can you, even if you are surrounded by skepticism, if you are surrounded by doubt, if you maybe have a spouse who doesn't understand you, or parents who don't get it, or friends who just question you, how can you anchor that internal vision of what you believe to be possible for your life and your business, even if there is no evidence right now in your present reality that that's possible? How can you anchor that vision and create that picture in your mind repeatedly, day after day after day, and make decisions in your life out of that vision, out of what you know is possible, out of what you know is the life that you want to create and the business that you want to build? How can you make decisions out of that and not necessarily reject external input, but create a protective filter around it? Create a protective filter where you can actually create this boundary, this beautiful glass bubble, so to speak, that doesn't allow your actions to be slowed down, that doesn't allow your momentum to be brought down and slowed down in any way. What can you do to create that protective layer around the work that you do, the life that you want to create, and be able to filter external input, be able to protect your attention and select who you surround yourself with when it comes to making decisions for your business? Who do you want in your world giving you that input? And knowing that your environment will incredibly impact your outcomes. If you choose to listen to naysayers, to people who are hesitant about what you're saying, who don't believe, or even if they love you, they may just have a lot of fear around the steps that you're trying to take and hesitation, and are constantly, questioning what you're doing. Your job is to become aware that that's someone else's opinion and it does not have to be yours. Your job is to say, how can I create the right environment for my life, for my decisions? And even though I may love my family, I may love my spouse, I may love my friends, I need to deliberately seek out being in environments, surrounding myself with people who share that same vision, who perhaps have created already what I want to create, and be able to protect your information, protect the input that you're absorbing every single day. And I'm not just talking about relationships that you have in real life. I'm also talking about content that you consume. Because inadvertently, if you are an avid consumer of information and you're a quick learner and you're surrounding yourself by content all the time, and you're listening to the wrong type of content that is creating fear, like the news, for example. Oh my gosh, don't get me started with that. Like if you're depending on like watching the news and listening to that all day long and just letting these external like news outlets or information clutter your mind, it will impact your vibrational frequency, your energetic field, and it will bring you down, and it will start getting you to second guess yourself, to doubt your goals. So protecting not just your external surroundings with the actual people that you have in your life, but also protecting the content that you consume, the information that you learn, the materials that you're allowing to come into your mind on a daily basis is going to be critical to you being able to anchor that vision, anchor that goal, and create those blindfolds that are going to help you, stay focused, stay on track. And when things don't work out, which eventually there's always going to be a bump in the road, because anything that involves growing, that involves ascending into a next stage, will always involve temporary setbacks. Like there's no way you can cheat what's called the law of advancement, right? When something needs to go up, it needs to go down first. If you want to be a tree, you want to have branches and leaves, then you have to be a seed and you have to go into the earth and then actually transform yourself from a seed into roots and lay down those roots into the earth in order to become a tree. So the law of advancement states that you must evolve who you are if you want to become someone else. So the journey of building your business, building your like next level of your life will always involve some sort of a disruption, some sort of a change, and in a way, a rebirth. So if you know that that's part of the process, and you know that like you're going to need to have people around you that will nurture that process, you're going to be well poised for success, and you're not going to depend on other people's opinions. Moreover, when you seek out other people's opinions, or when you're looking for that external support in your music business and you don't get it, always remember that people are going to tell you and share and give you their perspective, again, as I said earlier, based on their experiences. And if they're not going through your journey, if they're not seeing the things that you're seeing, if they're not surrounding yourself by the information that you are, of course, they're not going to see things in the same way. So for you to expect that people around you, whether it's your spouse or whether it's your friends, your family, your parents, for you to expect that those people are going to get it and just like say, yes, this is a great idea, you should do it. It's almost like a fallacy, because they don't have the experience that you do. They don't understand what you know, and they're not surrounding yourself by the information that you are. So you have to be able to know your truth, have your perspective, have your ability to decide and to see what you want to do, whether it's surrounding yourself by team, whether it's investing in new things in your business, whether it's creating new experiences for yourself, learning new skills, whether it's whatever that step may look like for you in your business. You are the most powerful decision maker. You are the one that needs to be able to say, I'm doing this or I'm not doing this, and not expect people outside of you to make the final call for you. You do not have to give that power to anyone. You need to look for ways in which you can decide and look into your soul and share what you want to do. If you want to share with people, that's absolutely fine. I completely understand. One thing is to say, I'm going to share my decisions and bring people into my world to share me on and to be involved in the decisions that I'm making. And another thing is to say, I need someone else to provide support for this and to say yes or no to this decision. Because then you're putting your power into someone else's hands and your future into someone else's hands, which even though this person may love you, they may know you well, they will not be necessarily in your shoes and may not know and may not have felt what you're feeling, and are ultimately not going to have the consequences that you will. If you give power to others to make decisions on your behalf, if you give the power to others to make decisions for you and for your business, you are going to be the one that's going to pay the price in staying where you are. You're going to be the one that's going to be in the price in continuing to struggle with what you're struggling. They won't. They're not. The people around you, they have their own lives. They have their own businesses. They have their own careers. They have their own journey to go through. So you cannot give that power to someone else. You have to look for that power inside of you. And then if you want to involve external support, you want to share that with people, you absolutely can, but from a place of internal clarity and internal decisiveness. So I want to empower you as you're watching this training to ask yourself, are you right now too reliant on other people's opinions? Do you depend on seeking validation, whether it's people around you, whether it's your audience, whether it's anyone? Are your decisions right now tainted by your dependency on other people's support or other people's buy-in? If that's the case, today's your call to action to start thinking better, thinking differently, and start taking actions and reflecting on how can you honor your own destiny and make decisions for yourself and step into a place of belief, of confidence, of vision, so that you can ultimately look back on your life one day and say, I am proud of what I've done. I'm proud of what I've created. I'm proud that I went all in and I gave it my all. And I did not wait. I did not feel disempowered. I did not leave my life up to someone else's decision. I made my own choices, and you get to live with the consequences of that and the benefits and the impact of those choices. It's on no one's responsibility but yours. So think about this. I look forward to hearing what you think. And talking about surrounding yourself by amazing people and by people who could support you. If you are in my world and you've been following me for a period of time, you probably know that I love hosting live events and having an opportunity to connect deeply with people in my community. And every once in a while, I host opportunities for people to be able to connect with me on a better level where we can actually see each other and not just be me live streaming on Zoom, on live stream platforms, but actually connecting directly with people in my community. So tomorrow, I'm actually presenting a 4-hour workshop where I'm going to be connecting with people in my audience who want to discover deeply how they can build their music business in a way that aligns with their family goals, with their lifestyle goals, with everything that they want in their life. And so I'm dropping the link in here in the chat. You can go to fabianaclaure.com/discovery and reserve your seat. It's a complimentary 4-hour live workshop where I'm going to be sharing the key steps in how you can grow your music business in a way that is simple, in a way that is strategic, in a way that aligns with your lifestyle goals. So go to this link, fabianaclaure.com/discovery, and I hope to have you join me in my event tomorrow. See you soon.